Hey everybody, James Yeager with Tactical Response. I got this little Ruger Mark IV. It's a Ruger 2245 Mark IV with a Holosun 507C on here. And I get one of these for each of my grandchildren. And so this is for number 6, Gatlin. And so the Mark IV has an ambi safety that's actually easy to use. The earlier models have like a round button that's kind of awkward to use. This one is an improvement. Not ideal. It moves it down in the back instead of the front, and if you're holding the gun it kind of blocks, but still better than the other one. And these are the Airlight models, and they come with ready to put a can on, which I have. But I'm going to zero this thing, and I'll talk about zeroing. I've said it before, but if this thing is way off, I want to talk about being bold with the movements, and so we'll see what that looks like. So remember to turn your dot down very dim, maybe all the way down, so you can get a more precise aim. On this gun, the solar is so bright you might have to put a piece of tape over the top of it. But let's see where this goes, and we'll adjust from there. I'm aiming at the small dot in the center between the 1 and 2. Let's see if I can find it in the spotting scope. That thing, I've never had one be this close. Let me zoom in here. Not sure if you can see it, but it's right beside the dot. If I was trying to do a video and show you how to move it, this certainly didn't work. But I'm going to go down there and mark that, and we'll play around anyway. So what I'm going to do now, just for the experiment, is I'm going to turn this right. I'm going to turn it to the right. You can see where it's at now. If I can keep this on camera here. I'm going to go ahead and turn it. Come on, turn. It's about 180. I'm going to go all the way around. That's about, one more click. It's about 360 degrees. So let's see what the difference is with that. This also assumes that I don't jerk the trigger. Lucky assumption. Let's go take a look. So, moved it to the right, 360 degree rotation, and it moved it about 4.5 inches. And so you know, this is 10 yards, and so as you get closer, each click has less value. And but be bold. I mean, even if it went, you know, like whatever, you know, all the way to the edge, you can now extrapolate. Hey, I needed to move it, you know, 1 inch. I did 360 degrees and moved 6 inches. So extrapolate, okay, I need to go, you know, 1/10 rotation. It's not until you get to as close as that first shot that I made that you should worry about counting clicks. So I'm going to take that back off now, and you know, 360 degrees, and it needed to go a little left, so I'm going to put 4. You need to go up a little. I'm going to put 4 on it up. See where that goes. And even though it's so overcast out here, I'm still going to put some tape over this to dull it down. And that doesn't dull it down much. I need to put 2 pieces of tape. This solar panel is super effective. All right, so let's see how close I got with my big movements here. I'm gonna do 3. See what we got. So they are just above that dot in the center, just above it. So I've added some tape so you can see where they went. Nice group, just a little bit high. So the left and right is perfect. So I'm going to take off those 4 clicks up I put on there. Upon further contemplation, I took off the 4 that I put on, and then I took off 2 more. So a total of 6 down. Number 2 didn't feel very good. So now there's 2 at the bottom edge of that little black dot and 1 kind of in the middle. And so maybe I shouldn't have took those 2 those 2 extra. So I'm going to go ahead and mark those and then take those 2 off. So win, lose, or draw, this fucking thing is 0. I'm going to shoot one more time. Always shoot to confirm after you move. Don't ever just go, oh, one more click and I'll leave it there. Always shoot. And let me see what I can do here. Well, I had 2 in there. Let's take a look. You can hear freedom ringing. There's a fighting pistol class going on today. So the first 2 shots were here. Then I moved it 360. Then they were here. Then I moved it back and added 6. They were here. Then 1 under the tape, 2, 3 here. And then these last 2 holes here and here are the last 2 shots I fired. And so at this point, could I chase that 0 and maybe put 1 click on it or something like that? I'm way more a problem than this 0 is, so I'm going to leave it right there. So the moral of the story is when you're zeroing, be bold. Be bold. Of course, the further away the target is, the less bold you have to be. But if you're just getting the first 0 on it and you're at the edge of the target, don't bother counting clicks. I mean, if you're at 25, getting the initial 0 on your rifle, bold. And it will, if you just bolt a brand new scope on a brand new rifle, especially as expensive as ammo is for some rifles, you don't waste a single shot. So get it on paper, get it close to the bullseye at 25 before you go to 100 for sure. And if you're zeroing an AR-15, a 1 inch low at 25 is a 50-yard 0. 1 inch low at 25 is a 50-yard 0. And so I'm liking this Ruger. I like all these Ruger pistols. I've been shooting these things. My brother got the first one that I ever shot in the early 90s, and been shooting them ever since then. It's great. Comes with the rail on top and the sights. Only thing I put on was a Holosun, and it works wonderfully. It really does shoot well, and it's a good beginning gun for kids. This is like for a first handgun for a small person. These are very light. Put the dot on there, very easy to shoot, very simple, and it builds confidence very quickly. So and if you want to know if your kid's ready to shoot one of these, find something, another handgun, unloaded of course, that weighs about the same, and have them hold it up. If they can't hold it up for 10 or 15 seconds, they won't be able to shoot you know, if they can't even pick it up, they won't be able to shoot it. So it's much more about the strength of the child than it is their age. And push-ups on knuckles, boys or girls, push-ups on knuckles, strengthening their wrists and arms to help them do this. So that's that. Great first gun, great first handgun for a kid right here, Ruger Mark IV. James Yeager with Tactical Response, reminding you that your responsibility to be ready for the fight never ends.